I heard about Sovereign through something called Parent Team. It's a third-party scholarship foundation that provides people who are willing to go seek out rehab with insurance plans that will cover it as long as you stay for a full 90-day period. I liked that aspect of it, how they were addressing relapse and recovery, like while paralleling the Bible and all the principles of like the Gospels and everything. Besides that, I also figured that if I was in a faith-based program, the patients were probably more likely to be very serious about their recovery as opposed to a blend of everyone else, especially the newcomers became kind of distracting. So after I'd been here for a couple weeks, I decided to give Cross a try. Sovereign's a little bit different because we're going between like the housing and then back to the center and to lunch. You're more kind of, or actually let me say you're less segregated from the rest of the world, because even though you're not really allowed to just walk out the front door, you're still in a setting of like an actual town instead of being on a completely secluded rehab center. This place definitely is better for adjusting to life after when you are being reintroduced to society. And there's a little bit more structured freedom, so to speak. So for instance, at the last facility, the cleaning staff did most everything for us. Here, you kind of have to take care of yourself and practice good habits. That's something I actually started to appreciate because it's something that I'll be able to apply. And once I got into the habit of, let's say, like even my sleep schedule, it just became more instinctive to wake up at the right time and to get to bed early, you know, whereas being told, it's not really your own willpower that's making that happen. It's a staff member and nurse. My first impression was, I mean, wow, this is awesome. We have a pool and there's palm trees and stuff like that. And then the living situation too, I liked a lot. I wound up with a real good roommate here, and like the place that we lived in, it was much more freedom. So like if we wanted to, we could stay up past our bedtimes watching TV, which also applies to like how it's our willpower it's getting us back into the discipline to go to bed, because no one's gonna really tell you, hey, you gotta go to bed now, lights off, whereas that's how it was at the first place that I attended. My expectations of the program first initially were to help me through withdrawal, to put up with the shakes and helping me, and you definitely are gonna have an attitude when you get here at first, but that's just how it is for pretty much everyone. I certainly expected you guys to give me an environment where I'd be safe to do so, and then just outlets in different ways for me to get the treatment, where I could actually feel where alcohol and my addiction wasn't at the forefront anymore. So yeah, in that sense, besides that, I did expect the proper handling of my medications and stuff like that, and I like the doctors very much that I've got to see here, and they've helped me a lot. Cross is great because that's exactly like you said, you're surrounded by people. It's not like Bible thumpers or anything like that, but the Bible does really parallel, like the 12 steps, for instance. It not only reaffirmed my faith, but it also seemed to be a lot more productive, just in convincing, because you're not just sitting around in a circle talking about a different topic. You're talking and referencing the Bible. And there's also one main therapist I really liked that because she actually specializes in addiction and recovery. And even though she's never been an addict, I believe her husband was. So she's dealt with it on a personal level, and she's very accessible. Besides that, the people are very loving. They've all been through different things, come from different walks of life, and are dealing with different issues. But it all seems that we can relate to each other because how serious, we want to take the program. Tuscany's nice, especially if you keep your room clean. It's not a lot nicer than the facility that I stayed at the last time. They're both clean, so to speak, but just the structure, it's basically like a Motel 6. And there's a pool in the middle. We have like a nice little area outside our front door, and it's enclosed, so you can't really walk off like the campus, so to speak. But you still can go out your front door from like your room and walk around the pool. You have a lot of leeway to go talk to other people and things like that. These people have to deal with a lot, and you see that, so it's incredible that they can be so patient. My case manager, if I ever wanted to see him, I could basically just go find him and he would put aside some time. So I was very comfortable opening up with my case manager, and he's very relatable and nice, and he certainly knows his stuff too. Well, when you start, the treatment, you only go about a half a day, but once you level up to, partial hospitalization program, PHP. Our days, I normally wake up around 6:30 or 7, and that's become a nice routine. We have 2 classes in the morning, then we go to lunch, and then I come back now for 2 classes in the afternoon, and then we get a little break once you're at PHP level, and you go to dinner. So I take medication in the morning before I leave, medication at night before I go to sleep, and yeah, the groups vary in topic. They do different things, but again, Cross is very different from the dual diagnosis and mental health program because they blend both people that are here for substance abuse and people that are here for mental health issues. So it's a little bit of both. There's no age distinguishment. So there's older people and there's younger people. So it's nice to hear multiple perspectives. I've developed some really good friends here. I've seen some very, very inspiring people. I like that you get people from all walks of life. The staff as well, the ones that I've related to the most, have been recovering addicts themselves. So that's nice because they actually know what you're going through. They give you more and more leeway the more the effort you put into the program. So for instance, this weekend I now have a sponsor and I can get a pass to go out with him. So they have cool things like that. He's actually taken me to an AA meeting and one of the big book studies. You're not like in jail being told what to do all of the time. And they certainly provide you with whatever you need. Probably just the encouragement of seeing my peers, especially like my roommate and some of the people that I've really made a connection with. It's really encouraging that you see somebody who's been through so much come out as a different person. From literally the first time you meet them to like the end of the time that they leave. I've seen a couple people who have made just incredible progress and are pretty different people now. That's very, it's something that I aspire to when I leave, because I know I was shaken as much as everybody else when I first got here and a little bit irritated, but no, it gives you a lot of hope. specifically about cross, it's not like a crazy Christian where we fall into the ground and worship, but everybody is very serious about the program. We have a lot of fun. All of the stories that we talk about, they can get really deep, but on the other hand, like, that's not how it is all of the time. Everybody's very loving, because that's one of the main practices in any religion, and yeah, you get to feel very comfortable amongst your peers, and certainly the education you get, like I said, being paralleled to the Bible, it really applies. It's just it's a whole nother kind of curriculum that you actually get to learn from, as opposed to just something focusing strictly on science of addiction.